with our third speaker, John Gardner, we'll have the opportunity to hear firsthand about the challenges a world-leading aluminum manufacturing company faces in the course of supply and demand for their product. John is the Vice President and Chief Sustainability Officer for Novelis. Novelis is the world's leading aluminum rolled products company. John is responsible for driving sustainability across operations in 11 countries, and that's 11,600 employees. He has served with the company for 25 years and holds a variety of senior roles. He's originally from the United Kingdom and holds a master's degree from the Warwick Business School. Novelis has plants operating in Kentucky, and rolled aluminum is the container material for beverage cans. You'll notice today at our following break that we're going to have several soft drinks available. So not only will I encourage you to put those cans in the recycled containers that are available when you're finished, but I also want you to think when you drink after hearing these talks about all that's involved in its production. As John Gardner explains in his session description, for manufacturing companies, simply put, sustainability is the future license to operate. John?
So good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for letting me speak today, and thank you to Liz for setting this up. I'm going to talk a little bit about how we see sustainability from a manufacturing perspective. We're pretty early in our journey, but we're hopefully making some pretty aggressive steps forward, and we're very keen to work with academics and scientists to help us improve our technologies, particularly, as Dr. Daz says, on recycling. So just a little bit about Novelis. We are the world's largest aluminum rolling company, and we're also the world's largest recycler of used beverage cans. We're also the world's largest buyer of aluminum. Today, we're buying about 70% of our usage from primary metal. As Dr. Daz says, that's a pretty energy and emission intensive business, and recycling is absolutely hugely beneficial. We can make exactly the same products time and time again at only 5% of the energy and 5% of the emissions of primary metal, and that's something that's key to our future strategy, as we'll talk in a little minute. We're supplying business in probably three major sectors: in the packaging can sector, automotive and transportation, and in electronics and specialities. So a lot of household names that you'll be using their products on a daily basis. We're big suppliers to them. As Liz said, we're about 11,000 employees, about revenue of about $11 billion a year, and we're producing about 3 million metric tons a year of aluminum. We're pretty well spread over the four continents. North America, Europe are very big for us, and we're growing very quickly in South America and in Asia. Kentucky is very important to us, and I'm very pleased to be back in Kentucky. We've got two of our major facilities here in the States. Logan is one of the world's leading rolling mills. Approximately 44% of all beverage cans in the United States are coming out of that plant, and a big user of recycled material. It's a joint venture which we operate with a company called Tri-Arrows Aluminum, and we've got about 1,000 employees there. Just down the road in Berea, we have the world's largest dedicated beverage can recycling facility, and that goes with a network of other recycling centres we have in the United States. About 20% of the cans that are recycled in the US are recycled in Berea. We've got about 120 employees there. So overall, we've got just under $1 billion of investment in Kentucky, so it's a very important part of our global system. So why does Novelis think about sustainability? As Liz quite rightly said, it's really our future license to operate. We believe unless we do a good job on sustainability and think about our products and our processes, society may not want us in the future. So we need to do a decent job at this. Our customers are getting very, very interested in sustainability. We've got consumer demands, and obviously in different parts of the world we've got emerging legislation that's giving opportunities and threats for different products. So when we started doing a formal sustainability program across our company about a year and a half ago, we thought we should start having a pretty good dialogue and understanding what our stakeholders want from our products and what they see as the issues that they're facing. So we spent a lot of time talking to our customers, our suppliers, employees, NGOs, our communities, as well as our investors. Just a little bit of feedback from our customers. People like Coca-Cola and Ball Packaging in the beverage can sector, they are getting very, very interested in sustainability, and their customers are driving them, and we're very keen to work with them on making sure that we're producing sustainable products. The same can be said in automotive. We're a big supplier to the Jaguar Land Rover group, and they're just committing that all of their new vehicles, future generations of vehicles, will be using virtually exclusively aluminum for their metals, and that's because they understand the benefits of lightweighting, and it's key to energy efficiency and fuel savings. So overall, taking together all of our stakeholders' views, we're seeing very strong increases in demand for oil products globally. That's being led by increased urbanization, growth of GDP across the world, and sustainability and recycling is making people think about what they want to use and how they want to use it. Dr. Daz talked about the opportunities in automotive, and that's clearly giving huge growth opportunities for us, which we need to be able to do in a sustainable way. So just to highlight the auto story, if we can take out a ton of heavier material and use a ton of aluminum, we can save 20 tons of greenhouse gases over the life cycle of that car. So that's about 3,000 less litres of fuel over the car's lifetime. So that is meaning that our demand is growing very nicely, so there's some opportunities, but we need to do that in a very sustainable way. We've done quite a lot of work looking at how other companies have approached sustainability from different sectors in the more consumer B2C world, in the retail world, and we've taken a lot of best practice, and as I try and be a recycler, I've tried to recycle their good ideas into what we're doing. So how do we see the issues for us for the future? So our main sustainability issues that we see are the high carbon footprint of aluminum. As Dr. Das said, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of emissions coming from upfront primary production of aluminum. Now, we don't make primary aluminum ourselves, but we're buying a lot of that product today. As we grow our business, and we're aiming to be doubling and trebling the size of our business over the next 10 years, we need a lot of resources to feed that growth. Whether it's energy, obviously metal, other raw materials, and obviously water. We need to be mindful of where we're going to get those resources from. And it's very important that we develop sustainable partnerships up and down the supply chain. And good colleagues like Will, it's very, very important that we work with people on how we can increase our recycling, as well as thinking about the other life cycle benefits of our products. We've been doing a reasonable job of trying to improve our environmental record over many years. It's something that we've measured very, very strongly over the last 20 years on all of our global facilities: energy, greenhouse gas emissions, water, and waste. But we haven't really linked it into our business strategy before. So our leadership team have taken all of those issues and background, and we've really tried to tie sustainability into our business strategy. So how are we going to operate our business? What markets are we going to be in? Where's our investment going to be? And we see sustainability as key to our business future. And we want to make sure that we've got a balanced approach to growing profitably, but we'll do that in a way that's mindful of people and mindful of the environment. So to help us realize that strategy, we've set ourselves 10 targets to help us get our whole organization thinking about sustainability. And these targets range from economic targets to social, and obviously a lot of economic ones. I'll just quickly fly through some of them. Safety obviously is very important to us, and probably our highest priority. Unlike some other companies, we think it's important to have a profitability target in our sustainability world. Our view is unless we're making money and profitable, we're not going to be here, we're not going to be sustainable. So, it's an important message internally for us that we need to keep growing, but we need to do that in a very mindful way. We looked at our big issues, carbon footprint and material usage for the future, and we thought that recycling is a major way that we can attack both of those big issues. Historically, we've been using about a third of feedstock from recycling and 2/3 from primary sources that we bought. We've set ourselves a very, very ambitious target to move recycling from 30% to 80%, and that's really going to change our whole business model and really drive change in our business. We obviously need to work very hard on the energy utilization and within our own facilities. We've done a reasonable job of improving over the last few years, and we're setting ourselves ambitious goals to go forward on that. So looking at the energy usage in our own plants, but also making that big change on recycling will enable us to pretty much halve our global emissions over the next 8 years, even at a time when we're doubling the size of the business. So we've set ourselves very dramatic targets to reduce our carbon footprint, and recycling is a big, big driver in that. We've also got some other environmental targets that are very important to us. Water, we've done a reasonable job on water over the last few years, and we'll continue to drive on that. And we're being very ambitious on our waste targets. We're currently landfilling about 60,000 metric tons a year of waste, and we're aiming to take that down to nothing by 2020. We're pretty confident about that. We've got probably half of our facilities are moving towards being zero waste, so we need to get the same focus across our whole system. To help us make sure that we're keeping track on sustainability and getting external perspective, we've just set up an external advisory board, a mixture of very well-known sustainability academics, led by Dr. Stuart Hart, who's probably the most world-renowned sustainability expert. He's from Cornell University. We've got some other NGOs, Miguel Milano, who's a biodiversity expert from Brazil, Jonathan Porritt, a very well-known sustainability person from Europe, as well as some sustainability business leaders. So that's helping us think about how we link sustainability into our strategy, and make sure that we're learning from other external best practice. Part of our process is to be open and transparent on this, and we just published our first sustainability report, which we'll be doing annually, and we've committed to report against our targets annually on an ongoing basis. And we've been very fortunate that we've had a lot of very strong partnership with our customers, suppliers and other stakeholders on moving forward on these targets. So we're early days, but we're very ambitious and aggressive to improve. So thank you very much.